What up? What up? What up? What up, you guys? This is your man Leo Brown. Hopefully, everybody is having a great Saturday. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying yourselves. I am your host, Mr. Leo Brown of the Barrels and Leafs Behind the Brand Show. Behind the Brand. That's right. Normally, I have my co-host here, Chris. We're trying to get some technical difficulties together. Hopefully, everything is going fine and well. He's in the Dominican Republic right now, so unfortunately, the internet connection out there is not of the greatest. However, we're still going to get Chris in here. Let's see if we can jam him in here right now. Chris, are you got some service?
Do you got me, bro? Do you got me?
I you look good right now. You sound good right now. I don't know how this is going to work out in a couple of minutes.
So I'm here in the
Yeah.
DR,
So
loving it.
tell us what's going on down there in the DR.
Man, we don't have enough time.
That's what I love,
No,
man. That's what I love. I can't wait to get the hell down there.
everything is great. Everybody's stuff went out on time. I had to come down here and make sure all the shipments were good and check on my news, see how things were. Order some new stuff that we're coming out with, taste it, and the cigar bakery family is on point. I came and smoked some cigar culture cigars from the factory as well. That was a good smoke, but it's nothing like getting cigars, Carolina Blue cigars, straight out the factory and smoking. We're excited. There's some big shit getting ready to happen with the factory in Carolina Blue. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah.
Grab your children, grab your grandmama. It's gonna be a hell of a ride in the next couple of months. I'm telling y'all that.
That it is. That it is.
Yep.
I can't wait. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get the man of the hour in here. We've been waiting on this. I've been anxious to get everybody into this because if there's anything that you need to know about joining a cigar club, we have the man of the hour, Mr. Clark Thornton, coming in. If you guys don't know about Privada Cigar Club, he's here to tell us all about it. So I want all you guys to go ahead and get ready for your questions. Get your questions ready, man, because whatever you want to know, Clark's the man to talk to you right now, all right? So here's my man, Mr. Clark Thornton.
What's going on? How's everybody doing today?
Man, everybody's great. Everybody's fantastic. I'm having a hard-ass time getting this cigar lit because I'm using matches and the match keeps going out. But neither way, I'm going to get it lit. We're going to be smoking. So, Clark, how you doing, man?
I'm great. Thank you. Leo, Chris, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Good, man. Good. So I'm just going to let everybody know. I held it for the last minute. This is what I'm smoking straight from the Privada Cigar Club.
Hey.
It's the Habano number 3. And I think that you guys actually collaborated with Southern Draw on this one. Am I correct?
We did, yes. We spent about a year perfecting that cigar with Robert Holt of Southern Draw. So we have that one. We also did a Connecticut shade one for us, and we're extremely happy with how both of them turned out. And the response was so good. We're actually working on another cigar with Robert right now. So you might be seeing another Southern Draw Privada Cigar Club cigar coming out in the next year or so.
And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, I like that. So you guys are doing some great things with the Privada Club or Privada Cigar Club, excuse me. But the biggest thing that I really want to get started with is, you and I, we've talked, and we'll get a little bit more into that about how we actually got together. But I just want everybody to kind of get to know you a little bit, Clark, and just tell us a little bit about, where you're from and what got you into smoking, actually.
So I'm from Orlando, Florida. I've lived in Orlando, Florida for almost my entire life, minus a few years when I was in Tallahassee, Florida for college. Go Noles. How did I get into cigars? It just started simply with on my 18th birthday. I thought, how do I, celebrate my ascent to legal majority in a more exciting way than, grabbing a pack of cigarettes, right? I said,
right.
Well, skip the cigarettes. And I said to my father, hey, I think I'd like a cigar for my 18th birthday. That seems like a cooler thing to do than, going down to the vape shop and grabbing an e-cig, right?
Right.
And so he got me, I'll never forget, it was the Romeo y Julieta Reserva Real in Magnum, just the classic Romeo, right?
Yeah.
And I smoked it, and I had no idea what I was doing, had a huge nicotine rush, had to go lay down for like 2 hours afterwards. But I remember really being fascinated with the flavors behind it, because it was not what I was expecting at all in terms of a flavor profile. And I live very close to a cigar lounge in Orlando called Corona Cigar Company.
Oh.
And I just started, and this was still when the smoking age was 18. And so I started going down there once every few months and just picking out something new. And I really became enamored with how many different flavors there are in cigars, what a variety there is, the work and the craft that goes into it. And I actually started working there part-time at Corona Cigar Company. And so I come from a brick and mortar background myself. I spent a couple years there, and that's really where I developed my true passion for cigars and really immersed myself in the culture and in the industry and learned everything I could before I eventually met Mr. Brian Desmond of Privada Cigar Club and began working with him in this capacity, which has been the best experience of my life.
That's awesome, man. There's a fan out there says, she's humbly deep, says, my first smoke was a Romeo.
I think Romeo. I think that's a lot of people's first smoke. It's the go-to cigar, that Cohiba and Monte Cristo, right?
Right, exactly. To be honest, I think that my first smoke was a Cohiba. That was my very first cigar, if I remember correctly. It's been so freaking long ago. So Pete Richardson is asking, what are we smoking? I'm smoking the Bravado Club, Bravado Cigar Club, 2017, the bottle number 3, from the private label of Southern Draw. Go ahead, Chris.
And I'm smoking a Carolina Blue, Connecticut, Nicaraguan, India. Oh my goodness!
What are you smoking, man?
I'm smoking. I'm smoking something we're very excited about. This comes from this month's October Privada Cigar Club box takeover with Lost and Found of Caldwell, the PB Cup. So this month's Privada Cigar Club box it's a collaboration with Robert Caldwell Cigars, and his Lost and Found brand. So every single cigar in this month's box is from Lost and Found. They all have the same band on them: PB Cup, Trick, and Treat, and these are all at a minimum 5 years aged cigars. This one's 5 years aged. One of the other ones is, I want to say, 6 years, and the final one is 12 years aged. And it is probably my favorite box we've ever put out in Privada Cigar Club. And I mean, this one in particular, it's a real adventure. You guys are going to love this one.
That's awesome, brother. That is awesome. So, Clark, here's my big thing, man. You just went in and you talked about Robert Caldwell. So I got to ask you, what are some of your favorite manufacturers that you've actually smoked? So notice I didn't ask you the typical question, like, what's your favorite cigar? So what are some of your favorite manufacturers that you smoked?
Favorite manufacturer? That's a better question, I think, because favorite cigar is very hard to narrow down. I'm sure you can, all three of us can agree on that one. Honestly, I think when I say this, a lot of people say, oh, it's just because of the price point or whatever, but I'm a huge fan of Davidoff. I really am. And, like the other, high dollar cigars don't always do it for me. Opus X isn't really my jam for the most part. But I really love the, there's that Davidoff mustiness that you get out of the Allure tobacco. That's really up my alley. I really like that flavor, and I'm almost addicted to that flavor. So I find myself reaching for Davidoff a lot just to satiate my desire for that musky, earthy tobacco you get out of Davidoffs.
Well, I guess I would have to say this, if Chris will allow me. You have got to try some Carolina Blue cigars.
All right.
I like that.
I've never had a
Hell
so I would be
yeah.
very excited to try.
Yeah, because you'll leave them damn Davidoff alone after you smoke that out. Nah, I'm just
There's a reason why we say that, Clark, and we can
yeah,
talk
it
about
is.
that off air. So don't worry about it.
Okay,
Uh,
gotcha. But yeah,
so
Chris, please send some. We'd love to get some on the Privada shop.
I definitely will. The offer's there, and threw it out there, and I will fulfill your offer.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
and there it is. I love connecting people. This is
Yes,
great
it's
to
great.
me.
Thank you,
So
Leo.
humbly, you got it, man. So humbly said that she can't wait to get it. So obviously she's a member as well as I to the Bravado Cigar Club. And Pete Richardson said that he's glad that he has multiple packs.
Yes,
You know,
because now that the club's closed, you really can't. Nobody else can get in. You also can't usually get more than one pack if you have one right now. So for the people who are grandfathered with multiple packs, I know that they're never going to let go of those.
hey Clark, so he told us like who some of your favorites are that you smoked. Who are some of the people that you've enjoyed time with in this industry? Because I know you've been around a lot of people. When you talk about that you started with Corona down there in Florida, you've obviously been exposed to some people. So who's some of the manufacturers that you've enjoyed just spending time with?
So I think I spent a lot of time with Eric Espinosa just because of how close he is. He's in Miami and we're in Orlando, so it's only a 4-hour drive. And I think he is honestly one of the most down to earth, kind people. He's got like a really gruff, like deep man's voice. He's a real man's man. But then once you get to talk to him, he's a really sweet guy, honestly. And I really enjoy spending time with him. Same for Mr. Tarano, his partner at Espinosa, also. Robert Caldwell, incredible guy. Love spending time with him. Got some great stories. You can watch on our YouTube channel the story about how he got kidnapped in Europe, which is just an amazing story.
Wow.
Mr. Matt Booth has been a huge supporter of Provada since the beginning. And I talk to him at least once every couple of weeks, and we're very grateful for all he's done for us, and we're great partners in Provada together. That's just a few of our favorite of the people I really enjoy spending time with. There's other people that I don't really speak to that much. Brian talks to a lot of other individuals. I know Hoshi Blanca, we're starting to work with him. Incredible guy. Ernesto Perez Correa, we started talking to him recently. Very down-to-earth guy. And I mean, I don't know if I would be as down-to-earth as he is, given how big his brand is. He's one of the legends in our industry. But it's very encouraging to have so many people who are so impactful and important in this industry, who are so willing to work with others and so down to earth and humble themselves.
Yeah, that's something that I find very interesting in this industry, is that you'll find the people that are so outgoing, and then you'll find the people that are just so humble. It's almost like, wow. I mean, the in between is almost like, hey, we're here, we're having fun, we enjoy what we're doing. But I love the guys that are just so humble behind what it is that they're doing. They're there, and they know where they stand. But it's like, hey, I know what I'm doing, and I'm good at what I do. I appreciate what I do, and I appreciate the love. So I love hanging around those kind of guys. Even you, I mean, talking to you as much as outgoing as you are, I see the humbleness. And when we talk on the phone, you're like, hey, if you want to take advantage of this, it's up to you. So there's things that you don't have to do. Like I tell people all the time, is that cigars sell themselves. I don't have to sell them. I just make it sound good. The cigar is going to sell itself.
Exactly. Yeah. And Leo, you actually raised a really interesting point, because and I'm so sorry if I forgot anybody. Paul Stulak also. There's so many brands we work with who are great people, but like it's amazing to me how humble so many manufacturers are when you contrast that. Because I talk to a lot of cigar shops every day, given what I do with the Limited Cigar Association, and it's amazing the ego on a lot of people who run cigar shops. It's right. Like they are too damn good to speak to me.
Right.
And I'm like, who the hell are you? You're running. It's like you're running one shop in the middle of fuck knows where. And it's
right.
like And it's like I'm like offering to like help your shop out. Like I want to work with you, and you're like you don't have time to talk to me. It's like, all right, well, it's just amazing to me, like how stark of a difference between the attitudes of some of the people who run cigar lounges in this company or in this industry compared to people who have the right to have real egos and don't, like people who are running major brands.
Right, man. And I'm glad that whenever we talked, and I'm just assuming that you didn't get that vibe from me because it's not the vibe that I put out. It's hey,
and most of the shops I talk to don't have that vibe, but it just amazes me. It's like, let's say 20% of people kind of have that vibe, and it's like, what is going on? Like, why is it that like anybody has this vibe in this industry? We're all just trying to enjoy cigars together.
Right, exactly. So there's a question out here for Chris, and this is from Pete Richardson. Pete said, "What kind of cigars does Carolina Blue have?"
And I'm interested.
I don't know if you want me to answer that, Chris, or you want to answer that.
I have crack, bro. Crack, straight up, cracking it, crack. No, let me be serious. Bananas and shit. Oh, excuse me. Go ahead and answer it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so because Chris and I we do work together, so the kind of cigars that Carolina Blue has, there's a Connecticut, there's a Dominican Puro. We also have the Habano, we have a Limitada, and basically what these are, they're all Dominican cigars with different blends. And the Dominican Puro obviously is all Dominican tobacco. The Connecticut that actually has been revised, that most people will start to get now, is such a great cigar. I don't have the blend in front of me, Chris. You want to talk more about the Connecticut?
The Connecticut blend is a Connecticut Ecuadorian, of course, with what is the binder on it? That is a Sumatra binder with most of our tobacco comes out of the Villa Gonzalez region, which is Dominican and Nicaraguan filler. All our cigars have 4 fillers. Only one cigar only has 3, but everything has 4. And the cigar culture went up to 5. I'm sure everybody's been seeing on Instagram about the cigar culture cigar is everywhere. So we make that cigar. Not we, meaning me, but the factory I'm out of. I'm sorry, they like to party here all day. I'm sorry about that. We, we also have the Habano Maduro, which is a Habano 2000, again with Nicaraguan and Dominican filler. Very outstanding cigar. The Maduro is more of a basic, but gives you a good. I'm giving you quick. I'm gonna give myself a disclaimer. I don't like to tell people what I have in it. I just want you to smoke it, and then you get your own feeling. But since we're on here, and Leo's my man, I'm go ahead and do it. And
we'll
so
keep it on secret, so we'll keep it what state in the least barrel station.
It's fine. And then the Maduro is a very good cigar. We kind of play with the blend a little bit because it was a little too close to the Maduro. Excuse me, the Habano before, so we changed up a little bit to give you more of an earthy, more floral type profile. And then we have the granddaddy of them all is the actual Perfecto. That cigar, I have people driving by my house looking for that cigar on a daily basis. So then
I don't have that.
Right.
We also have the Nicaraguan line that's I'm pretty much pushing out slowly. We just got to do the marketing. I'm not the marketing, but the packaging. Select people. It's currently on the website. Some are limited runs because of I'm still playing with the sizes. Some of the blends, a few of them already, but I'm just giving everybody what I have so they can try it. And I think probably within the next 2 weeks, I'll do the final sizing and packaging. And and those are all Nicaraguan, of course. I think it's only one that's a Puro, which would be the Maduro box press. It is it's chocolate and coffee, excuse me. Nothing peppery about it. Everybody who gets that cigar Loves that cigar. It's not your typical Nicaraguan cigar at all. Everything else is all out tobacco that we use. You know, we've been fortunate to get some good tobacco from some good places, and I won't mention where, but because it doesn't matter, it's all about the cigar. But all of it is usually a Esteli and Jalapa combination with the Vega and Otepe. So we did some nice things with it. We actually put some Dominican tobacco in it to bring out the smoothness. So we're we got some good stuff. And like I said, we're coming out slowly. We actually expanded. I'm up here talking about my own stuff, and this is your show. So we actually expanded to two other locations, to Barbados and Cook Islands over the weekend. So we're doing some good stuff right now.
Well, Chris, please send us some to try. I know Brian and I will smoke. We'd love to get some on the Privada shop, 100%.
You got it. Okay, gracias. Thank you. Yes, you.
So yeah,
some.
Pete.
Yes, I'm gonna fulfill that request for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Pete. That's all what the Carolina Blue brand is about. You asked about price range also. The price range, as far as retail is going to be concerned, you're probably looking between $9 and $15 to $17, just depending on where you are within the country. So that's a very good price range for a damn good cigar. That's what I can tell you. So, Clark, tell us a little bit more about how Privada Cigar Club either approached you or how you approached them, and how has it been since being there?
So, it was not a traditional, like apply for a job type situation thing. In my case, I met Brian almost 2 years ago now. The Privada Cigar Club wasn't even 18 months old, and it was a much younger company. I was still at Corona cigar company at the time, working there, and one of my coworkers named Smokey, who you'll also see on Spirited Smoke on YouTube if you watch our show, he actually joined the club, and he said, like, he brought some of the packages to work and said, "Guys, you have to check this out. This is incredible." And I looked at it and I'm like, "Wow, this is really amazing. Like, this is a pretty cool looking concept here. I've never seen a cigar of the month look anything like this before." And Smokey and Brian, they emailed back and forth, and they became kind of friends. And Smokey introduced me to Brian, and Brian and I immediately hit it off very well, became very good friends, realized we had similar passions and philosophies on cigars. And we were really friends before I started working with him. And I was doing other things at the time, but he needed help because the company was growing very quickly. And I offered to kind of help out because I kind of wanted to be involved, and I thought it was cool. And slowly from there, I've just become more and more and more involved in Privada, until now I'm basically running a second part of the business. It was a very organic thing, just helping a friend who was growing a business that I thought was pretty cool. And ultimately, I just decided that it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I had to be as part of it as much as I could be.
That's awesome, bro. That's really awesome. So, not, like you say, it's not the typical story. It's a friend helping a friend. I've heard this a couple of times in different, industries. A friend helping a friend, and all of a sudden, here it is. It's boom, it's growing, and now it's all taken off.
It was just really, honestly, perfect, like, example of right place, right time. If I'd met Brian, 6-9 months later, it would have been too late, and I wouldn't have been able to ride the wave the way that we have together. Because when I met him, the company was really starting to hit its stride and was growing at a very rapid rate, and it needed help. So it really gave me the opportunity to grow with the company.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So what is your role? What is your title of while you're there at the Privada Cigar Club?
So for probably the first year, really, I did not have a neatly defined role, let alone a title. It just kind of, like, as the business needs grew, I would see, okay, we need to kind of establish a position to do this, to do shipping, or to do social media management, or to do web maintenance, or whatever. And so I'd basically create the position and then we'd hire somebody to fill it, and then I'd go to create a new position, like shop manager when we opened the shop, or farm rolled manager when we started farm rolled. And so I basically just create a bunch of little departments that we filled with other people.
So
Now,
so you're more or less the CCO, the Chief Creative Officer.
kind of like that, yeah. That was, I mean, that's what it was for a while when we were just kind of growing a lot. But now I am definitely very much stationary in my current role. I've been doing this for the past 4 months. I guess you'd call me the director of the Limited Cigar Association. And for anybody who is not familiar with the LCA Limited Cigar Association is, this is something that Brian
Wait. We'll talk about it because I said we'll talk about it. I really want people to know a little bit more about it, but I first want to get them introduced to the Cigar Club because there's a huge question that's out there right now from Humbly Deep. She said, "What made you guys go private?"
Great question. Okay, so our whole thing all along since the very beginning was getting the most aged, the rarest, the most unique cigars possible, the stuff that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else ever again, that it's only available in the smallest quantities, right? And so we realized at a certain point, based on our experience, based on the quantity we can usually get of the cigars that we do, we were not going to be able to continue growing beyond where we were and still stay true to that mission of getting the rarest, the best, the most special cigars possible. And so we, there was certainly the option we could have kept growing, but the quality would have been sacrificed. And, the question was whether people were going to, know us or not, but of course they would have. And we thought it was extremely important. It's just, the core philosophy of what, Privada was based on, to stay true to that and to cap it so that we could continue to provide the best possible experience out of any Cigar of the Month club on the planet to our people. And that's exactly why we capped it where we did.
And I freaking love being a part of this club. It is one of the best cigar clubs that I can say that's out there because of the key words that you said, rare cigars that you could find. And, I'm trying to turn some people on here in San Diego to you guys. Hopefully it's starting to work because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy some rare things that are just hard to find. I heard about this years ago, damn it, and now it's gone, but you guys may have it, which kind of leads me into the next question is, would you say that Privada Cigar Club is primarily comprised of boutique or mainstream cigars?
Okay, so that's a great question. So, there are plenty of other Cigar of the Month clubs out there, and they all have their place. There's no like need for us to say there's only one option. And I'd say that a lot of the other Cigar of the Month clubs out there provide more of a mainstream experience in terms of like cigars that are available regular production, but maybe you just haven't picked up before. Or it's a higher quality, like a kind of like a high-end cigar. The extent to which we would go mainstream, because we really try to stay as limited and boutique as possible, is sometimes we'll do a limited run release from a major company. So if a cigar company is putting out a limited run release, for example, Aganorsa put out the Supreme Leaf. We were one of the first people to get that. Before anybody else got it, was in Privada Cigar Club. So you would be able to get that cigar on shelves, after the fact, but it was, extremely limited run release. And so that's the most mainstream we're going to go. Other than that, we're focused on either boutique or beyond boutique, stuff that you wouldn't even be able to buy on shelves or not in the United States of America, stuff that would only be available in Kuwait, for example, or only available to the Saudi royal family, for example, or stuff that was left aging in an aging room and got forgotten about and never made it to market, for example. So stuff that truly we had to go hunting for that would not even be available for purchase under any circumstances outside of Privada.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris. Me and Chris share some of the same thoughts, and I kind of understand what he's thinking right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You decode for me. I don't quite understand the language.
So here's another good question, Clark, that I think is a good question.
Okay.
Who's been some of the best manufacturers to work with during Privada Cigar Club's time? I know you talked a little bit about Matt Booth and Caldwell. I mean, is there anybody else that kind of like stands out? You know, that say, hey, you know what, we'll do a little bit more of this, or we'll give you guys a little bit more of this, or you know, if you guys do this, and it worked out to where it was a great idea.
You know, so we've had a lot of great experiences with many boutique manufacturers or factory or farm owners. I feel like I just have to shout out Matt Booth, because he was really one of the early supporters of Privada Cigar Club. He really understood the concept, and when we were still getting ourselves established and, you know, getting our feet wet and really growing this, he was one of the people that really hopped on board and made sure to be a big supporter from the beginning. Also, I could say the exact same thing for Robert Caldwell. He's been a huge supporter. We've done a lot of collaborations with us and Lost and Found, because at the end of the day, Lost and Found's a pretty similar concept. You know, he goes and finds aged stuff, and so that's why you see, you know, the Lost and Found collaboration on this month's box. And, you know, I mean, I could say a lot of great things about many manufacturers, but I feel like those two have been very instrumental in helping us grow when we were still growing. So I feel like they certainly were and are a big part of Bravado Cigar Club.
So if you guys have any questions out there, make sure that you please type your questions in for Clark, because I'm getting ready to dive into one of the biggest questions with Clark that made me actually sign up with Privada Cigar Club. So Clark, tell people why they should sign up with Privada Cigar Club beyond what you've already told us. I know my answer. My answer is very simple. I like rare shit. I like finding shit that I can't find just any and everywhere. But why should people really sign up with Privada Cigar Club?
Well, first, Leo, I'll note that, you know, as you mentioned, right now the club is private. It's capped. And we are on a waiting list. To join the waiting list, you just go to our site. You go to the monthly box page. You click join waiting list. And also you'll want to join Farm Rolled. People on the waiting list for Privada Box have to be a member of Farm Rolled. And we usually accept new members once a quarter is when we're able to let people in now at this point. And we can talk more about Farm Rolled later on, but what that is if people don't know. But I'll answer your question first. Why should you join? Like we've talked about, the rarest, the most unique stuff you'll never find ever again. And also, I think beyond that obvious answer, what's really special to me and to Brian about Privada, and something we really did not expect to happen, is just the overwhelmingly strong sense of community that is present in Privada Cigar Club. We would have never in a million years expected this to happen like the way it has. But all of our people through Instagram, through Facebook, in person, it's an extremely tight group of people. And it truly, it's such a sense of family. Like right now, to give you a perfect example, we've had a couple of people who are really suffering right now because they lost their job due to COVID, and so they've had to announce, hey, you know, we have to leave the club. Money's really tight, and we've had dozens of people email us and say, hey, please let me pay for their box. I don't want them to have to leave the club. And it's really special. And I just don't think we can't even take credit for that. That was the members that created that, but it's such a sense of family, and that's one of the coolest, most cherished things for me, at least, about Bravado.
Well, I know you just said something very important to me, and I saw Chris nod his head. You know, when you talk about family, when you talk about people caring for the other people, you know, that's a sense of humanity for me, especially with all the shit that's going on today. I appreciate that, and I love being a part of this club, man. I've never liked being a part of any cigar clubs or, you know, all these fan pages and shit like that. But I'll tell you this, man, I preach Privada Cigar Club. Every time somebody asks me, where can I go find something? The first thing I say is check Privada Club. I don't know, but check Privada Club first. You know, I love what you guys have going on. I remember when Brian first started, I was looking at it. I was like, I don't know. You know, let me see what's going on. But yeah, it's all worth it. It all makes sense, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. I really, really, truly am. I still
And
have
we're
like
happy
you.
to have you as part of it. It's been because of you, we were able to get the shopping and in LCA too.
Which kind of is actually perfect lead in now to talk about the LCA. What is the LCA all about, man?
Okay, so Limited Cigar Association, LCA. So let me back up and say that all along, we've been saying that Privada is good for the cigar community, good for cigar culture. We're good for brick and mortars. We're good for everybody, right? We make the culture better. And we have, I mean, naturally, like anybody, we've got a few haters out there, people who don't like what we're doing, who say that, we're young punks who haven't paid our dues, who are, trying to, I don't know, upset the established order. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're saying, no, you're not good for cigar culture, right? And so COVID hits, right, earlier this year, and we notice a trend where we start doing really well. It's not fair, but we're doing well because people are buying cigars online. And what's happening at the other flip side of that is brick and mortar shops, so traffic's down, they're hurting. And you see a lot of shops starting to have to think about closing the doors so they can't keep up. And we just really, Brian and I both just really believe that without brick and mortar cigar lounges, there is no cigar culture. And we're like, you know what? This is really the chance to put our money where our mouth is, where our mouths are, and really demonstrate that yes, we are good for cigar culture. We care about brick and mortars. We care about cigar culture, and that's why we started the LCA to help local brick and mortar shops who need the help right now. So the LCA is going to be a network capped at 300 brick and mortar shops across the country. Currently, about 220, 225 somewhere in there are in the program. And these shops every month get the opportunity to get a very limited amount of a special limited run cigar made exclusively for the LCA by manufacturers. So these are going to be cigars that you couldn't get anywhere else, that manufacturers make one time only just for LCA shops. And each shop gets maybe, let's say, 100 maximum, right? And so what this does is we're trying to send more traffic into local brick and mortar shops for the opportunity to grab these cigars. Because if you're a big cigar fan, if you're a collector, you're only going to be able to get these in shops. You're not going to be able to see them ever again, and you're not going to miss out. So you're going to make sure to get down to your local LCA shop, and this helps brick and mortar shops stay alive and keep traffic up when they need it most right now.
So, Clark, I know
I got a question.
that. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Interesting. Sounds like my hidden treasures that I got to know, right? On the. So what is the not for the brick and mortar, but how do you get the manufacturer to send you something that they would never bring out?
Well, we just talk to them. We tell them what we're doing. Manufacturers tend to be really excited about this. And so just like, with TAA, Tobacco Association of America, there's a lot of brands that once a year do a special TAA exclusive release for the shops in the TAA. They'll just make a special LCA cigar just for LCA shops. And that's as simple as that. It's just getting manufacturers excited about the idea too, and manufacturers usually agree that it's really important to keep brick and mortar shops healthy right now.
So here's another question. You bring up TAA. Do you guys plan on having TAA cigars available as far as the rare cigars that are out there as well?
So are you asking if we're going to put TAA cigars in the LCA potentially, or TAA cigars in Privada Cigar Club?
Both.
No. Answer is no to both of those. TAA, yeah. I mean, nothing against the TAA. TAA is great, like TAA gets some pretty cool cigars and all. But the whole point is here that we want to make LCA, we want this to be truly exclusive for LCA shops. So you really, if you want the newest LCA cigar, you could not get this anywhere else under any circumstances. You have to go to an LCA shop to get it, because if you could get it elsewhere, that would, kind of defeat the point of keeping it truly exclusive for our LCA shops, so that they definitely are the only ones getting the traffic from the consumers looking for it.
And in case you guys don't know, where Leo works, right here in beautiful San Diego, 3-in-1 Cigar Shop and Lounge is an LCA member.
Yes, it
so
is.
If you guys want some exclusive stuff, you guys contact me. I'll let you know if I can even get it to you. But hey, the other thing, Clark, is how can people across the country possibly, one, contact you, and two, how can they get their shop or lounge or LCA?
100%. So I'll tell you right away, my email is public knowledge. Everybody knows my email. It's Clark@ProvadaCigarClub.com. Clark@ProvadaCigarClub.com. You can email me anytime. You can tell me, hey, I'm here. This is my zip code. Do I have an LCA shop around me? And I'll tell you where the nearest one is. And then if you have a shop that you would really like to see in the LCA that's not currently in the LCA, this is very much a community-based venture. And we really rely on you guys to tell us, hey, these are the shops that we really support and love in our area. Go talk to them. Go tell them, hey, this is what this is all about. This is we want to be able to get these cigars from your shop, and talk to them. Give them my email. They're welcome to reach out to me, and we'll make it happen together that way. And that's really what's when shops start hearing that their customers are looking for these LCA cigars, they want to get them. That's usually when a shop immediately understands, hey, this is something that we need to be a part of. And we only have about 75 spots left in the LC before we cap it to keep it special, just like we do with Provada. So now's the time if you've got a shop that you want to see in there.
I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't have a shop in your area that's part of LCA, make sure that you contact Clark, because it's so well worth it. We've been with you guys for about 2 months, 3 months now. And I can tell you guys out there, and me and Clark talked about it earlier, I don't know if it's the cigars or my sales tactics, but every time that he sends a cigar out here, it's gone in one day. It's gone. So you guys don't understand how important what they have actually put together for this community. It is so freaking important, man. Let all your shops know, hey, contact Privada Club, because they have this limited cigar association that you guys need to be a part of. You get limited cigars, not only limited, but rare cigars that you will not be able to get your hands on again. So it's such a great deal, such a great deal. So my man Jahar, he asked a good question. I'm sorry, Clark, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I know that you've gotten 2 cigars so far from the LCA, Death Bucket, and now you've gotten the Paul Stulak LCA exclusives. What can you say about those cigars? Have you smoked them yourself? Have you enjoyed them?
Of course I smoke them. Clark, if I smoke them, how in the hell can I sell them? And I'll be damned if I'm going to sell somebody something that I don't even want to smoke. But I tell you this, man, that Paul Stulak cigar, I definitely like the Maduro. I mean, on point. You cannot beat it. I got some other Paul Stulaks from the Privada Cigar Club that I'm a member of on the personal side that I'm just sitting in the humidor. But great cigar, man. The Death Bucket, honestly, I didn't even get a chance to get my lips around, man. I had them. I showed them to people. I put one aside just for myself. I had it in my pocket. And one guy's like, oh, my God, I really wanted to get one of those, Leo. Do you have any more? I was like, damn it, here. I didn't even get a chance to smoke the Death Bucket, man. That's just the kind of salesman person I am.
Damn it.
My last. I'll give you my last.
I'll tell you what, we have no more Death Buckets here at all. None. I think the private stash, I think I might have one stash in my humidor somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. If I don't even know if I still have one, I'll send it to you so you can have the chance to smoke it, because you really need that.
That sounds like the Lorena.
That doesn't like Lorena. And we'll talk about that afterwards, Clark. Don't worry. So my man Jahar said, hey, yes, how do you get the gems that nobody's got? So he's asking, how do you guys actually go out and get those?
So that is an amazing question. And I will tell you the answer. Brian Desson, the owner of Privada Cigar Club, is a professional cigar treasure hunter. That is when people ask, what does Brian do? How does he spend most of his time? There's 2 things that consume a large amount of Brian's time. One is talking to Privada Cigar Club members. If you send Brian an email, info@PrivadaCigarClub.com, he spends about 4 hours every day. And he's got a lot of things to do, but he spends 4 hours every day. He thinks it's really important answering emails from members. So if you want to talk to Brian, you will be able to get in contact with him personally. That's number one, big part of his day. And number two is just tracking down the cigars. He just spends so much time. I say he's like Indiana Jones, man. He goes digging in places that nobody else would even think to look, and spends hours on the phone with manufacturers and boutique brands that are like don't even have distribution in the U.S. And then somebody will mention some cigar to him of like legend, like we don't even know if it exists, and he just keeps calling, like going down a rabbit hole trying to find it until he finds the right guy. And it's like, oh yeah, I can get you a few of these. And so that it's really just the hard work of Brian Descend, truly just playing treasure hunter, archaeologist for the cigars of legend and lore that allow us to get these cool things in the club that nobody else gets.
Well, I'll tell you, man. I mean, I can definitely contest to what you're saying about Brian, because he actually sent me an email saying that, hey, man, sorry, but we don't have this cigar right now, but we're going to ship it out to you. Don't worry about it. We appreciate your support, being a member and stuff like that. And I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute, this must be a joke. This can't be Brian. So I sent him an email back saying, hey, no worries. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know. And he replied back again. I was like, okay, this is the real guy. So I appreciate people like that in the industry. And I know Chris is the same way with Carolina Blue. You reach out to Chris. I don't care if it's email, direct message, anything like that. He replies back. And that's probably one of the greatest things I love about, and I hate to say it like this, but I love about small companies. You actually get the actual person, the owner, the brand owner. You're not getting somebody who's actually sending out the emails or doing the replies to them on the DMs and stuff like that. You get that exact person. And I love that. And
it's great because a lot of people have said like we're too big now. Like we're not a small company anymore. Like Brian, you can't keep doing this. And he's like, no, I refuse. Like it's really important to me to know my customers personally. And so I think that's really what separates like Privada Cigar Club from a lot of other companies, is that Brian is just so dedicated to doing that.
It's a great thing, man. Yeah, it's a great thing. I love being able to talk to the boutique manufacturers about what's going on with their brand and stuff like that, and see if I can get some questions answered. My man Richardson, he said, is the LCA just in America?
Yes,
so
yes,
must be overseas.
Yes. So the Privada Cigar Club, we ship cigars to consumers that are overseas. That's already pretty tricky as it is. But when you're talking about shipping cigars at wholesale to other countries, it becomes a logistical nightmare. So yes, LCA unfortunately is just in the United States. But if you are overseas, email me again, Clark@PrivadaCigarClub.com. Got a couple ace in the holes for you. I know a few shops that specialize in international shipping that are part of the LCA. I can refer you to them, and they will be happy to ship you LCA cigars if you are out of the country.
And that's what I'm talking about, people. That's how we make connections around here, man. That's what it's all about. So, Clark, how many LCAs are in Cali? I just got to know so I can go visit them.
Cali. So, yeah, let me give you the exact count right now.
Hell, if it's that many, I may not be able to get to them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in California.
Wow.
California is big. California is a big state. Like Rhode Island, we've got one. But in California, it's a little bigger than Rhode Island. Yeah.
What if by chance, if you have the numbers available, any in New York by chance?
Yeah, we've got, I think, we're about to add one more on Long Island right now, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in New York right now. Probably going to be 6 early next week when we add one more in Long Island.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right.
Well, I'm looking for more shops in upstate New York. I've got one in Albany. I've got one in Rochester. Need some more in the center of the state. So if you're New York and you've got some shops that you want to see add, talk to your shop. Talk to me. Let's make it happen.
There it is. Hey, so Clark, we're at that point, man, to where we're almost at that hour point. And because we're at that hour point, this is where I normally get into my questions that I like to call the burn round. The
Okay.
burn round is a round. We don't take too long in answering the questions unless it's something that we really need to go into. Normally about 5-6 seconds to give you a time to think about it, and then to go ahead and answer it. Because
Okay.
these are things all about you and how you feel about something. So I put this out on Instagram and Facebook and all that. I'm going to ask my usual question. I'm going to save that one for last. And most of these people that are on here, they know. Those that will go back and rewatch this, they know the question as well. So the first one is, which one do you like? Baseball, football, basketball?
Football.
Who's your team?
Florida State University. College football all the way over the NFL.
So you're not a Miami Dolphin fan, I guess.
No, not too much. You know,
You're not a Buck fan, I guess.
No, I mean, NFL is fine, but it's the camaraderie and then the fucking excitement behind college football that does it for me.
Right. I like it. I've been to a couple of college games, and the crowd is just totally different than NFL crowd. Totally different.
And
I'll just leave it like
State University, which is obviously known for being one, the largest party school in the nation for the most part, and two, for being fans of football. So there is nothing quite like being at a college football game at Florida State University. Really cool experience.
Haven't gone to one of those, but Deion Sanders was one of my favorite players. So let's switch to movies now. Movies, Training Day or Gladiator?
Gladiator.
Why?
I mean, fuck, Russell Crowe, man, he fucking crushed that shit. I mean, that scene where he takes off his helmet in the gladiator pit and he turns around and talks to Joaquin Phoenix. He's like, I am whatever, Decimus Meridius, armies of the North. And I'm like, wow, like that was like biggest dick move in like all of history right there. Like,
I love the scene and I love the part in the movie in the scene where he says, "Is this not what you want? Is this not what you want?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Great movie,
One of his
man. Oh, hell yeah. Classic movie. Classic. So, hip hop or R&B?
I feel like I could go for either, honestly, really. It's, man,
you gotta sway to one side or the other, man. Which one?
I guess hip hop. But I really like tend to not. I'm kind of like an unusual taste in music. I don't really identify with like particular genres that I go for. It's like I like the song or I don't, and I like it's just like I like a lot of different songs out of a lot of different genres. But I'd say in general, probably go for hip hop over R&B for the most part.
All right. Here it is. So because you said hip hop.
Okay.
Here it is. This is the burning question that everybody gets heated up about. I love this. This is the best argument in hip hop ever. So it's kind of like Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Biggie or Tupac?
Oh, Jesus. What kind of... You can't do that to me. Damn it. I feel, okay, you know what? I'm just going to turn this on its head, and I'm going to say that they're both just such important parts of the culture, and naming one over the other would be a disservice and would discredit what the other has done. They are a collective unit, and you cannot separate one from the other. The question must not be answered.
Are you playing Switzerland right now? Is that what you're doing?
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yes, exactly. It's the question is not allowed to be answered because of how.
Oh man, I got some people on here say Biggie is the best. I got people that say Tupac is just a poet or he's an actor. If you had to sway one side or the other, which way would you sway? Which way would the wind blow? So if we get in a car, right, and I give you a Biggie CD or Tupac CD, which one are you going to sway towards more?
I suppose I'd put in, it depends on my mood, right? But I guess Tupac if you're really going to force me to pick.
Jahar is probably fuming right now.
I'm sorry, Biggie. You're great. We love you. You're important.
Oh man,
Is he from the East Coast? Is he from the East Coast?
he's from Florida.
Where you from?
I'm from Orlando.
Oh, okay. Now I know why.
Yeah,
Okay,
there.
don't be mad, Jahar. He that what's that dude down there in Florida? He's damn Scarface and those guys. Yeah. That's cool.
Scarface out of Texas.
Ja- well, it's the South. It's what is it? Def Jam South. Yeah, Def Jam South.
Yeah, definitely South.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Pete Richardson even chimed in. Pete Richardson said that Biggie started it. Ooh.
I really started some shit now, haven't I? This is what I wanted to avoid, Leo. Look what
That's right. That's right. Watch your back on the streets. Watch your back on the streets.
My man Chris Gomez said that that's a tough question, but you know what? He said he had to go with Biggie.
Oh yeah,
No.
you see, for all the people who have said Tupac out there, I need you to answer too. I need you to help me out here.
I'm a Tupac fan. I'm a Tupac fan. Clark, I'm with you all day. Me and Jahar, we talked about this. We've talked about coming out between he and I. We're talking about coming out with a show that kind of talks about this. We haven't really put it together yet, but I think it's going to be so fun when we do get a chance to put this together. We're going to start so much shit. It's going to be hilarious.
Why don't y'all just do a verses, man? You just kick a verse and then y'all talk about it. Then he kick a little bit and then he talk about it and go that way. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about a couple of different things about how we want to put it together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Like I said, I just haven't had enough time to sit down and get with him. He's got his stuff going because, in case you don't know, Clark, Jahar that I'm talking about, he runs a podcast. It's called Cigar Table Talk, where he sits down and he talks to different manufacturers. It's just the same as I do, except he does it on a podcast versus a video.
Okay.
I like video because I like looking at people versus talking to people and I don't know what the hell they look like.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah. But no, man, is there anything that you can let us know about what's going on with Privada Cigar Club in the near future? Anything that you want to let people know that, hey, look out for this?
Well, I would have told you a few days ago about the Provada Ghost series, which we just put out, but those are completely gone right now because they sold out in under 3 days. But for people who don't know, we basically, like with Ghost series, so like, there's a lot of legend in this industry, right? About cigars that used to be made here, but then they switched to a different factory, right? Or the rollers changed, or the blender changed, and it's and so you hear like all the time people saying like, oh, that cigar, like it's not the same, it's not as good as it used to be back when it was made at blah blah blah, or when so and so was running it, And so, like when it was a different tobacco from a different farm. And so what we try to do is we are with Ghost for like Halloween, like we're trying to find blends at factories that aren't made anymore, right? Or like get like the original blend on a cigar from the original factory, what was originally made when it was like better than it is now when it's not the same anymore. So basically, I mean, the thing is that we really can't tell people what these blends are because people in the industry would sue over these, right? Like that'd be a big problem. But we can kind of give you like a few hints. We can tell you like the story behind the cigar, and then you're just getting a chance to try a piece of history, a cigar blended at the original factory with the exact same original tobacco. And it's something that you would never get the chance to try anymore under normal circumstances because those cigars aren't made there anymore. And so we just did Privada Ghost Series 1A, and we're thinking we're going to do it every Halloween, do a different cigar like that where you get an old blend remade just for the club. You get a chance to try something of Legends. So we're keeping up for that next year also. And then, we're always, for the near future, we're always just trying to do something new and exciting. Get ready for, we haven't announced it yet, but the next LCA release coming out in November. I think a lot of you, anybody that knows anything about Privada or followed us, you're going to be very, very excited when you see what this next LCA release is. That's all I'm going to say. But keep your ears to the ground for this one. You're not going to want to miss this November LCA release.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm grabbing mine first. I'm not letting anybody fucking have it.
That's exactly right. Yeah, smoke it before somebody else needs it.
Well, hey man, I really appreciate you coming on and taking your time out of your Saturday. If you got a few minutes, Clark, if you can hang back for us, I'd really appreciate it. There's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about after this.
Absolutely, of course.
And I appreciate it, man. So thank you, Clark, for coming on, man. Privada Cigar Club. If you guys don't know about it, obviously right now you cannot join at capacity right now. But once you get an opportunity, like Clark said, get on that waiting list. Go ahead now, get on that waiting list. And as soon as the spot opens up, boom, you can slide right on in there and it's done. And you'll enjoy your time for the rest of the time that you're in there. I've been a part of Privada Club for, God, 7 months now. I've had nothing but great cigars come my way, you guys.
Yes, please, so, if you can't get in Bravado right now, join the waiting list, get on Farm Rolled. If you guys will absolutely love Farm Rolled. It's for people who don't know, 4 cigars for $20, direct from the factory, no band on them, and it's a great way to get some cigars that shouldn't be $5 a piece, and then to get exposed to the Privada culture and become part of the family. And then when we've got the spot open in Privada, you'll be the first to know.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Much appreciated, Clark. Thank you, man. I appreciate your time. Just hang back for us, man. I appreciate it. And we'll see you here just a few short seconds. Chris?
What's up, dog?
How you feeling, man?
Man, did you just notice I had a whole meal and my cigar never went out?
Yes, and I will tell you, Huggins said, stop stuffing your face.
Yo, I just had some fresh shrimp straight out of the ocean, and some as people know back in the States, plantains. But we call them testones, and it was a good little lunch. And it's probably gonna be I got another day, so I'm looking forward to getting back home and filling all these, getting all these, make sure everybody's order is good to go. So, if you put an order in, it'll be out on Monday, even though it's a holiday, I'll get them to you. So, hey, thank you everybody for your support. Appreciate it.
That's what it's all about, man. And you guys don't forget, make sure that you get your Carolina Blue cigars ordered, man. There it is right there at the bottom, www.carolinabluecigars.com. You know what's going on.
Some good shit coming out. Some good shit.
You guys have had them. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddies, tell your granddaddies.
Yep. You
tell
in Charlotte,
man?
Yeah. If you're in Charlotte on the 13th November, we're gonna do a relaunch, and it's gonna be a lot of new cigars that nobody's had yet.
We're talking about that now.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. You know me.
All right.
Might as well. You gotta plan. You gotta let people plan because people are late. They on that other time. So and also. I'll be on Smoke Easy's thing on Tuesday. Yeah, so if you want to check that out, fine. And I'll be on How About That Cigar later in the month. So looking forward to it. So yeah, man, I'll be on. It's a lot of moving in. It's a lot of things happening with Carolina Blue. I know a lot of people were doing a lot of shuffling during COVID. I was chilling because I knew what was gonna happen in the next couple of months. So yeah. We're very, 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 very excited for what's to come, and it'll come out in the news very, very, very soon. So I appreciate everybody's support who's actually supported me, and the ones that haven't, oh well, no problem.
Everybody comes around.
As we say here on the island, no problem, man.
That's right, you guys. November 13th. Put it on your calendars. Yes, that is Friday the 13th.
Right.
Carolina Blue Cigars will be at Smoke Cigar Lounge in Charlotte, North Carolina. I will also be there. Oh, Concord. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Concord.
Yeah.
And I will also be there. Barrels and Leaves will be in the house doing cigar pairings with Carolina Blue Cigars, man. So you guys make sure that you get your gear from barrelsandleafs.com. We got whiskey glasses, wine glasses, beer glasses. We got cutters, and soon coming out with something new. As a matter of fact, the tumblers will be released this coming week. So if you guys want the Barrels and Leaves tumblers, it's double wall insulated, keeps all your drinks hot, keeps all your drinks cold for a minimum of 12 hours. Minimum
Yep.
12 hours. So you guys have seen them. You guys enjoy them. Place your orders, man. Carolina Blue Cigars and Barrels and Leaves gear.
And we'll wait for the next big announcement. We'll wait. We got something
Yes.
huge getting ready to happen. Huge.
Yes.
So,
Yes. You guys just stand by.
Get ready for that. And like my man Privada Club, it's damn near as big as that. So, hey, it is what it is.
All right, man, let's get up out of here. I'm tired of wasting people's time. It's been an hour, a little bit over an hour. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, guys. I love you all. Make sure that you guys tune in next week. Next week, I will be on with my man Frankie Drinks from Drew Estate. And we're gonna be making some drinks, smoking some cigars. We're also gonna have Mr. Will McFall on, also a Drew Estate rep and territory manager, as well as Carabella from Drew Estate, who is the territory manager here in California. So you guys stay tuned for that. Of course, all the ads will be coming out. Frankie and I, we normally have a old-fashioned off. He makes great old fashions. I make great old fashions. Some of you guys have been following. I've put out the recipe before. We're gonna try it one more time, man. One more time. So other than that, Chris, any parting words?
Don't forget your show tomorrow, man, with Brett.
Oh yeah, that's right. I will be on with Cigar Brat tomorrow, you guys. I didn't personally forget, but I forgot to tell everybody. So you guys make sure you tune in to Cigar Brat on Instagram, as I will be going through a pairing with Cigar Brat, which, as a matter of fact, will be with the Drew Estate shade, the underground shade, and we will be pairing that with the Screwball whiskey, which is a peanut butter whiskey, and also, if for you non-drinkers, we'll be having the Seagram's ginger ale. That's what we're going to be having. So you guys make sure to tune in for that. I'll be breaking down how to pair a cigar. Everybody likes to say, well, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter what I drink, what I smoke. You're right. You're drinking your smoke. But if you want the experience, the cigar pairing experience that I always like to give, you guys will be able to get that firsthand. And I'll be able to break all that stuff down for you guys. Yes, Will is going to make that show interesting next week. Absolutely. And but no, you guys tune in to Cigar Brat on Instagram tomorrow, and we'll go through all cigar pairings and how to pair cigars, man. It should be a shit ton of fun. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I love you guys. Chris probably won't be able to see it because he's going to be in the air coming back. Yeah. However, the replay is there for all you guys, and please make sure you guys tell everybody about Barrels and Leaves and Cigar Brat tomorrow. All right, man. Anything else, Chris, before we get up out of here?
That's it, man. Everybody be safe. We appreciate your support. Tell your friends. And let's keep this thing rolling, man.
All right, you guys. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.